Hello Moseyers, Southern Mosey here, and today we're going to do a campground review of Carolina Beach State Park. And this is located at Carolina Beach in North Carolina. So let's start with just talking about the campground in general and some basic facts, and then we'll give you our opinions on those. So Carolina Beach State Park Campground has 69 no hookup sites, so there's no water or power on those 69. There are 10 sites that are full hookup, so they have a little bit of both. They have 3 handicap sites. They have 4 cabins and 2 dump stations. However, only one of those looked functional. The other one looks like it could not be used. We don't really have any preferred sites for this one because we've only been the one time, and we really didn't get a chance. They had no maps, so you're gonna have to print you a map. And so we didn't get a chance to figure out what sites we'd like the best. So what do you think about the campground move so far? With just the sites in general?
The bugs were bad.
Bugs were terrible.
It was hot. It was decent. There was it looked like some of it was a little unkept. Like she said, the one dump station on I think it was the further loop, was just not working. All the faucets were broken at it. Like, I don't think they were planning on fixing it. Maybe they got plans down the road. But I will say this: I think they're in the process of revamping or changing the area.
Yeah, it kind of looked like they were refurbishing.
Yeah, so maybe they're going to improve a lot of things. They had just done all the cabins.
Those cabins looked awesome.
Yeah.
Like, we had to drive by them every time we were going into our site. Because it's 2 loops, and I'm pretty sure the cabins are kind of right there between the 2 loops.
Yes.
And they looked brand new. We obviously get to see the inside, but they looked nice.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh, I kind of want to come back just to stay in one of those.
Yep. The sites were a little inconsistent with, like, a couple of them had a tree in the middle of the site.
Ours
did.
had a tree.
And it wasn't the only one. But
Right in the middle of the site.
I was very bummed that we couldn't use our awning because I love my awning.
Yeah, and the tree was in the way.
Yes.
That's why we couldn't.
So I'm going to kind of show you what the sites look like here. So this is site 79. Again, it's a no water, no electric site. And this one looks pretty good. See how it's nice and open and firing's not in the way. There's really no trees. I mean, this would have been a great site. However, a lot of the sites are kind of like this. But they have these nice fire pits. But they put them right in the middle of everything. So it's really set up more for like tent camping. But I mean, there's trees in the way, but I don't want to be the guy that complains about trees and campsites because that's what we're here for. But some of the sites were just really hard to get anything in, so you're definitely looking more for like small campers and tents. Yeah. Like she said, most of the sites you're probably gonna have a hard time getting a site that has power and water. Mm-hmm. So we were primitive this one, and my battery wasn't working on the camper, so we were very primitive.
Yes.
Yep.
I think this is what I would say about the sites. I didn't like the one we were at, to be honest. It was private, which is nice because that's always one of the things I look for the most. I feel like there was a lot of vegetation in the forest to make private sites. They didn't clear it all out and smush them right beside each other, which is great. However, it made that so buggy there that it was almost not worth it. But when we rode around, I definitely saw sites that I think I would have preferred over the one we stayed at. So I don't want to give it a completely wasn't that great based off of our experience, because I think we could have had a better one if we had done more research and had picked a better site. Yeah, agreed. Also, it was the farthest side I've ever stayed from a restroom. You had to really travel to get to a restroom. So they really need to make more bathhouses. Yes. What was it, 1 per loop or something like that? Yeah. And it was, I mean, they put it in the middle, which is great, but I mean, it still was a ways for us to have to go. Mm-hmm. And I go to the restroom a lot, so it was annoying to have to do that. She got her steps in. I did. I got my steps in for the trip. All right, so amenities there. Let's talk about that. I have Snow Cuts Waterway.
That's where the boat ramp is.
Is that what it is?
I guess so, yeah.
Like, it's been so long since I wrote these
We're
notes.
looking at these notes.
I'm not sure. I can't remember what that was. All right.
The boat ramp goes on a Snow Cut, and you can I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about boating out there, but pretty sure it's an access to get around to different areas out there.
Yeah, they have a huge marina.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say huge, not as far as marinas go, but a decent sized marina.
Good facility.
Yeah, so you could easily bring your boats in. They had a marina store there, which is where the general store is. So they do have a general store, and it's the marina store, and that's where you'll check in.
They sold fuel there.
For your boats? Okay, so they had like a marina gas station, lots of docks that you could park your boat on. We didn't go boating, so just telling you what we saw, but there was a fairly large marina area. Like I said, the general store, which also accesses the marina store, and this is where you'll check in for your campsite. Which, by the way, you will need your license plate. That's the first time anyone's asked me that.
Yep.
And he wasn't there yet, and I had to call him and be like, you need to pull over and look at your license plate for me. So that was a little inconvenient. But other than that, it wasn't bad, and it was a fairly decent store.
Yep.
And they had decent hours. Trails. There are a lot of trails there. There are nine trails, and they're all fairly easy, ranging from a 1/4 mile to 3 miles. And they're all hiking, except one, which allows mountain bikes. So it's one of those things you have to pay attention to the signs. They're pretty much all hiking trails.
There's a bike trail?
Yeah, one biking trail. And there is day use area. We did do some hiking while we were there. Well, we took the kids and walked around a
We
little
went
bit.
on a walk.
Yeah, we went on a walk, which is pretty much my hiking. And that was cool because that was the Venus Flytrap Trail.
Yep.
So, Venus flytraps are here in North Carolina, and that's one of the places that you can find
It's
them.
the only place you can find them.
So that was what made it so cool.
Yeah.
So we got to go on a hike and look for them. There was mostly was the pitcher plants that we saw, but we did finally find the flytraps.
You can find the pitcher plants elsewhere in North Carolina, but it was the only place with the Venus flytraps. That's snappy woods.
Yeah. That was nice, babe. But yeah, so that was cool. But that was the only trail we did. But there are 9 trails there, and they're all rated easy, and not very long.
And it's a nice little sample of coastal landscape, like flat, sandy pines and.
Yeah, flat, sandy pines.
Kind of sounds like our house, but.
But no, we don't live on the beach. All right, so the bathhouse. Like we said, there were only 2. I said they were large bathhouses. The one I kept going to was large.
I think they were the same.
Were they?
Yeah.
I never went to the other one, but he rides his mountain bike around, so he likes to explore the different houses. They had the shower stalls, and then they had the toilet stalls. I actually really liked the bathroom at Carolina Beach. I thought it was fairly clean, and I just like the layout of it. It was very easy to access a shower, and they weren't tiny showers where you couldn't put your stuff down anywhere. They actually had places where you could hang your things. So I liked them.
Yeah.
And I took 2 children with me and had to shower them, and it wasn't that difficult.
I showered Bryson.
Not both times, darling.
Well, and I can contest or agree to that. It was easy to bathe toddler. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. The bathrooms were fairly good. I actually rated them at an 8, which I think is the highest bathroom rating I've given one on our channel. So that's pretty good.
And I guess I said a 7.
So you rated the same as the Myrtle Beach bathrooms.
Which I don't know. I would prefer the Myrtle Beach ones. The biggest thing about these was there was a lot of traffic through them. So there was a lot of sand on the floors and everything. It's not like they didn't clean them, but they were having a hard time keeping up with the messy people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think what I liked about them versus the Myrtle Beach ones is they were larger to me. So they seemed a little more spaced out, and I didn't have to wait on a bathroom or a shower stall. So that was nice. And at Myrtle Beach, they have more of them. They have more bathrooms there, but they're smaller. So I think I liked that it was just a larger one. But they need more bathrooms because I do not like the distance you have to walk to get to it. All right, so things to do there. Well, you're at the beach. So that's nice. You're at Carolina Beach. There's not beach access from the park, though. So you have to drive out to the beach. They have Fort Fisher.
Instead of saying you're at the beach, you're on the island.
Okay. Is that better to say?
Yeah, because you're not on the beach. In fact, the state park is on the inland side of the island, facing the river.
Okay. But
You're in a beach town.
Okay, so you have to drive to the beach. You do have to leave the state park and drive to the beach. But there is a beach.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple that you can go to, right? Mm-hmm. We went to Fort Fisher, and they have a North Carolina aquarium there.
Yep.
So that's cool. We went and did that. Kids had a blast. Really neat thing to do. And then they have the drive-on beaches. So let's talk about that.
You can always watch our videos.
Yes, there's a video for all of these, so you just go watch them and we'll show you.
What about them?
What is the drive-on beach?
You can drive on the beach. You get your big old 4x4 and go out there and get it stuck.
Okay, so if you don't have a car that can handle the drive-on beach, don't try it. Because there's literally a sign right in the front that basically says they will not come save you.
Yes.
You are at the mercy of anyone else who's out there and hopefully is going to be helpful to you. So don't tempt it if you don't have a car that can do it.
Yes.
But it was very cool. We had a Suburban, so we seemed to do just fine. The kids loved it. They loved being able to drive on the beach.
Yep.
And it was kind of a rough ride, so they loved that. But it was very neat to be able to just back up to the water, open the back doors, and then you didn't have to carry your stuff.
It's my favorite way to do the beach for sure.
Yeah. Just set your stuff out and then just chill. And when you're done, just throw it back in the car and go. So that was really neat. You do have to pay for it though, and it's not cheap.
Yes. But for how much it costs to park your car in Carolina Beach, like in the town, to go on the beach, you're paying $10, maybe $20 more.
That's true.
Yeah.
I went to the boardwalk there at Carolina Beach, and I think it was like $20 or $25 to park.
Yep.
And we were only there for like an hour.
You gotta lug all your stuff back and go on the beach, and then lug everybody back with screaming kids and all that. And if you can swing it, do the drive-ons.
Yes.
They're excellent.
Yes.
Just do your research and be prepared.
Yeah.
But they're fun.
I would honestly say, without the drive-on beach, Carolina Beach would probably not have been one of my favorite beaches.
It makes those places.
Yeah. I would have preferred to go to Myrtle or someplace that had more things to do, had nicer beach access. Like I said, the boardwalk there was very underwhelming to me. There wasn't a lot to do, and it was crazy expensive to park. There wasn't a lot of stores. But the drive-on beach were really cool, and there's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's neat.
It's Fort Fisher and then Freeman Park.
Okay. He's much better at remembering those names than I am. I remember Fort Fisher.
Yep.
But it's also written down though. All right, food. We went to a couple of different places. We went to the Sawmill restaurant, which we went and had breakfast at one day, and that was I think it being pretty good. That was just like your country breakfast, so that was nice. And we went to the Lazy Pirate, and that was like a big seafood restaurant, and that was pretty interesting because the food was good. And then there was also like this band like debuting their music video there that night.
There's a big old thing going on. There's like live stage. They're over there playing all night.
Yeah.
It's a great vibe, fun area.
Yeah.
We did take our kids and we still had fun there, but I could definitely see if you were going there for, just as a couple or a couple of adult friends. Mm-hmm. You could definitely have a great time out there.
Yeah. It looked like a hopping place.
Yes.
Yes. We had to wait, I think, an hour for a table.
Yeah, we
at the Lazy Pirate. We walked to a beach store.
And walked and shopped.
Yeah. So it's a hopping place. And then we also went to the Wake and Bake.
Donuts.
That was the donuts, wasn't it?
Some of the coolest donuts ever.
Yes.
I was very skeptical about this. It came recommended, didn't it?
I can't remember.
I think we heard about it from some people we met out there.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was Not like a big touristy place. Like it was a local place that you kind of had to hear
Yeah,
about.
you would drive right by it if you didn't know you were looking for it.
Yeah, but when you went in, it was really cool. They had like all the coffees you can think about, and they had so many different kinds of donuts, and you could build your own dozen. And that's what we did for breakfast one day. We just went and got donuts, and we had a great time. Went back and cut them all up, sampled all of them, and they were really good. I think I remember my favorite was like the Snickers one or something.
I don't even remember.
So, but
Probably
they were good.
peanut butter. There were so many good ones.
they were good.
Yeah.
Those were some good donuts. All right, that's everything I have here, babe. Anything else you can think of about Carolina Beach State Park?
No, I mean, like you said, it's in the like really close to all the beachy stuff that you could want to do and all the different things that Carolina Beach has to offer. There's room for improvement with the state park, but I actually think they're working on it, so we'll see where that goes. I would go again. I would just like to get maybe a better spot. I might even do a cabin. I mean, those look nice.
Those cabins look worth checking out.
Yeah. It was buggy, it was hot, but that's nature.
I probably would go at a different time of year.
Yeah. Yeah, we went in the middle of summer.
Yeah, we went in June.
So it's going to be buggy and hot.
Bring your bug spray because at the state park, like I said, it is like is in the woods with very thick. I keep saying vegetation. I don't know what else to call it.
Foliage.
I guess, but like as soon as you stepped out of the car, you could just feel yourself being eaten alive. Like we had to douse ourselves with bug spray.
Yep. That's it.
All right.
Like and subscribe, guys.
Mosey on.